Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this narration of the web series Why Humans Avoid War, taken from Reddit. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below. And, as always, I hope that you enjoy. Kylon Point of View. The sleek outline of the Terran flagship loomed ahead on the view screen. Our sensors failed to detect any damage or deviation from normal function, even at close range. But our hails to the Terran ships requesting status updates had gone unanswered for hours now. The radio silence from their fleet was out of character, and I'd begun to fear the worst. A shuttle was sent to re-establish contact with the humans and to render aid if necessary. I opted to accompany the team despite the possible risk to my safety. It was uncommon for a high-ranking officer like myself to partake in a rescue mission, but I felt as if I owed them my presence. I figured if the roles were reversed, Commander Raccoon wouldn't be watching from the sidelines. He would be helping in any way that he could. What could have caused the Terrans to cease all communications without any explanation? It wasn't totally unexpected that something had gone wrong with the plan, of course. The logistics of evacuating thousands of civilians in minutes were impractical, if not impossible. I recalled my brief deployment to the Jari lunar colony, when an inbound asteroid forced a mandatory evacuation. Despite government warnings, many people were reluctant to abandon their homes. Those that did leave in the initial rush funneled into a single spaceport, leading to congestion and delays. It had taken days to clear out all the inhabitants, and we swept for stragglers down to the last moment. From my experience, the only hope for completing the mission in the time allotted was divine intervention. Yet Commander Raccoon seemed so confident, and had brushed off my objections as if they were trivial. How could I press him further, when the humans had delivered time and time again on their impossible promises? Had I listened to my instincts, perhaps the current predicament could have been avoided. Now we were sailing into the possible danger, without the faintest idea of what might be facing. The pilot, a young female named W.R.E, cleared her throat. Sir, the sensors picked up 2 readings consistent with plasma rounds, closing quickly. My antennae twitched with surprise. Who was even shooting at us? The only ships in our vicinity were the Terrans, but they had never shown an inclination to attack. There had to be another explanation. Engage invasive maneuvers, I barked. No time. She pressed a few buttons, likely diverting all power to shields. Brace for impact. Best case scenario, the shuttle would sustain heavy damage. The small clunker wasn't designed to take direct hits from a railgun. Worst case, well, we'd all be dead. The next few moments stretched on for what felt like an eternity, and as my anxiety swelled, I struggled to maintain my composure. My instinct screamed at me to do something, even if it were futile. Nothing was worse than waiting, hopeless to avert our demise. Sir, the rounds missed us, narrowly, W.R.E said. Angle was any lower, that would have clipped the shields. Relief thundered through my veins, followed by confusion. What? I'm not complaining, but we shouldn't have been a difficult target. Where did the shots come from? But the Terran flagship, she replied. No, that's impossible. The only vessel in the area were human, but I still couldn't believe that they would fire on us. They must be hacked by the AI, or maybe they were hijacked. We have to help them immediately. W.R.E shifted, looking uncomfortable. With respect, I doubt that's the case. There was no distress signal, no signs of a breach, no change in computer functions. I don't understand. I don't know why either, sir. But maybe the speaker was right. Right about what? A species that aggressive would attack just for the hell of it. We never should have trusted the humans. My mind was reading. The evidence indeed pointed to the Terrans acting of their own volition. W.R.E was correct. I would never ascribe to the speaker's ideas on aggression, given that she had directed them at my own species in the past. But her warnings that the humans would turn on us were prophetic in light of the current situation. Perhaps they were just using me to gain access to starships all along. Once I had fulfilled that purpose, they had no reason to pretend to be allies any longer. While that explanation made sense given the circumstances, I didn't ring true in my mind. These were people that just yesterday I considered friends, that I would have entrusted with my life, I don't know whether I was just being stubborn, but I still found myself seeking another answer. How will we respond, sir? W.R.E. broke the silence. They fired at us, which is a declaration of war. Under the rules of engagement, we are authorized to— They do not miss, I stated. She seemed mystified by my comment. Clearly they did miss, sir. Not by much. There was the first time for everything. I don't think they ever meant to hit us. I narrowed my eyes. If they wanted us dead, we'd be dead. Hail the Terran ships again. But, sir, I don't think— Your objection is noted, W.R.E. Now carry out my orders at once. If the humans didn't answer this time, I wasn't sure what to do. It was obvious that something had changed during the course of their mission. I needed to know what happened before we ended up in a dogfight with the galaxy's premier military power. Commander Rykov appeared on screen. His arms were crossed and his eyes were narrowed to slits. Judging by his expression, if we were meeting in person, he would have tried to punch me in the face. I had no idea what I had done to merit such hostility. I tried to placate the human with a friendly smile. There must be some sort of misunderstanding, because I'm pretty sure you just shot at us. His skull deepened. That was a warning shot. The next one is going to get buried in your hull. Orders be damned. Leave now. We just came to help, I protested. We were worried about you. Really? That's why you sabotaged the ships? Rykov scoffed. That's ridiculous. I did no such things. I guess you thought that we wouldn't recover the ships after we shot them down. It's plainly obvious from the computer logs that there was a remote override of their stealth protocol by someone with level 9 clearance, which is only held by the highest-ranking Federation general. I was stunned by what I was hearing. The humans believed that I, their most ardent supporter, had disabled the Vortex ships. Never would I do such a thing. But if they had evidence to back that conclusion, I wasn't sure how to persuade them. This had to be some sort of setup. Listen, it wasn't me. We can figure this out together, I pleaded. The commander shook his head. Save it. 3 of my men died because of you. We should kill you, but just shooting down a Federation ship is just the thing the ULA needs to throw us out. A gasp escaped my lips as realization dawned on me. ULA! She has level 9 clearance too. Wait, she does? That's right. The speaker is also a commander-in-chief, he muttered. She has a lot more motive than you. I couldn't understand why you did it. I know she hates your kind. I can't believe that you would stoop that low. She's a fanatic. I know the type. She believes she's doing what's right, and that makes her dangerous. It was evident the speaker had meant to pit the fleet and the humans against each other, and frighteningly enough, it almost worked. Her actions jeopardized the safety not only of the Terrans, but of her own forces and the Devourer civilians as well. Anger simmered inside of me at the thought of confronting her. I wasn't sure what we would do, but holding her accountable was now my highest priority. She's dangerous to all of us as long as she's leading the Federation. Please, unless you want me to leave, let us help. ULA needs to pay. We'd graciously accept your assistance and welcome you aboard the flagship. Our differences with the humans had been smoothed over, which was a relief, but I couldn't say with ease with which the Rykov accused me of betrayal didn't sting, especially after the recent trials that we'd faced together. Clearly, the trust I bestowed on him was not a mutual feeling. We'll dock right away, I replied, but first, you really thought that I would sabotage you, get your people killed? The commander offered a sad smile. If I learned one thing in my time as commander, it's that you never really know anyone. But for what it's worth, I'm sorry, General. I never should have accused you. My bitterness dissipated as I saw the glint of wetness in his eyes. A pang of pity stabbed through my heart as I realized the poor man didn't trust a soul. Expecting his confidence after being acquainted for mere days was perhaps too much to ask. Apology accepted. End of chapter. The algorithm reckons you should be watching this video next, and I recommend that you should be always watching my video. So, click with energy! And yes, clicking that does help the channel. Thank you very much. I just want to give a quick thanks to the Tier 5 patrons and channel members. Ithilia, Barky, Fudic Yol, Cam Maxwell, Casper Arnholtz, White Van 420, Lord Azrekahl, Arcalian, and Oakfield.